Good afternoon. I'm Rick Sanders, RSCK, SANDERS. I'm Chief of Police here in Jeffersontown. At 11:25 a.m., we started receiving phone calls from people who live up and down Ropesian Drive here in Jeffersontown off Billtown Road, that there was a subject going up and down the road, knocking out windows and acting strange. An off-duty officer was close by, was contacted. He responded, confronted the suspect. At that point, a shot was fired, at least one shot was fired, and the person that we were called about is deceased. It happened on Ropesian between Chambers Way and Leo in the 10,000 block. And I have called Commissioner Burnett of the Kentucky State Police. We now have detectives on scene from the Kentucky State Police doing the investigation. Any and all videos will be turned over as the investigation continues. At this point, we're not going to release any additional information. We don't really have a lot. We're still on the sit trying to find out exactly what happened, but that's what I can tell you at this point.
Do you know can you say if the officer shot the suspect or if the suspect shot himself?
The officer shot the suspect, I believe. Yeah.
Do you know what led up to that? Was there some kind of, either he was not obeying orders?
I don't know. It's too early really to get into all that, but when we get it, we'll release it. But until we have definitive information, I'm just not comfortable releasing that.
Is this suspect somebody who's known to J-Town police?
I don't know.
Do you know how many houses were involved?
I don't know. As I said, we got a number of calls on our 911 dispatch center. And again, all those will be released at the appropriate time. There were several calls coming in. And then he was on the radio shortly thereafter calling for backup, saying he needed assistance.
This officer who may or may not have fired his gun, you're saying is the one who called in for backup?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He was off duty.
Off duty.
How did he catch wind of both?
I think someone told him about it.
Was the suspect armed?
I don't know.
Is the officer injured at all? Or?
No, the officer is not injured. He is okay.
This is it was a J-Town officer, right?
Yes,
And is that area on Billtown Road, that's J-Town?
it is. Yeah. He's been with our department for a little over 2 years. He's a former Louisville Metro police officer.
Is that near Critters Middle School, I believe?
Yeah, it's not quite down that far. It's before you get to Carruthers.
Were they put on lockdown?
No. We don't believe there's any concern for safety of the neighbors living in the area. To my knowledge, there was one person involved in addition to the officer. And like I said, he's now deceased, so there's no threat to the neighborhood or the community.
Are there any issues with the suspect's family members?
I don't know. I know there are some family members there. I don't know what you mean by issues. So
Are you causing any problems at the scene?
I can't answer that. Not that I don't know. I don't know that answer.
What do you hope to find out today?
Well, I hope to find out what has caused this, but it's not going to be today. You know, the Kentucky State Police, their critical incident response team has responded. They're doing the investigation. As they determine more information, we'll release that, or they will release that. But at this point, we just want to find out what happened, why this happened, and what was going on with this person that's been shot.
With an off-duty officer, presumably he wasn't wearing any body-worn camera. How
Correct.
does that challenge the investigation?
It's a challenge, but I think we have videos from the surrounding area that will help put this puzzle together. Yeah, but he was in street clothes. He had on that, civilian attire.
I'm guessing at this point you're not releasing the officer's name until.
Correct. Yeah. I'm not going to release the officer's name or the person that is deceased name yet.
Can you remark on if somebody was behind this guy trying to calm him down as he's breaking out these windows?
Again, I think that there was a family member trying to calm him down, but I can't say with certainty.
Could you just confirm for us, we were observing the scene, there was a white pop-up tent,
Mhm.
sort of a visual shield around. Is that where the
Yes.
suspect? Okay.
Yeah, yes,
Is that standard procedure?
it is. We're trying to protect the dignity of the person that's deceased.
Can you talk, Chief, just about like why you bring in KSP again?
Yeah, I think that we certainly have detectives that are capable of doing it, but in being completely transparent and showing the community that we're trying to have an outsider come in and look at this, that, we have nothing to hide here. We're going to bring in the best of the best and they'll do the investigation.
The entire incident was captured on home security cameras.
I don't know that. We're getting calls from some of the neighbors saying that they have some of it captured on video.
And I apologize to ask this, we were having some issues. Could you repeat some of that initial information made in your first statement?
Yeah, at 11:25 this morning, our dispatcher started receiving numerous calls from the neighbors on Ropesian Drive that there was a person going up and down the street that was knocking out windows and acting strangely. So then we got over the radio, the officer calling in saying, I need assistance, I need backup. I'm following this guy down the road. So.
Just to be clear, were these windows on cars or on houses?
I know there was at least one car window broken out. I saw that when I responded, but I don't know if there were any windows broken out at homes or not.
Chief, how did the off-duty officer hear the call, or was he just in the area?
I think he was notified by someone that this was going on. He didn't get it from us, but he got it from somebody there on the set.
Can you talk about the importance of officers, just, whenever they are out in public, that they're kind of always on duty?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think this is evidence of the fact that when you're a police officer, when you're a first responder, you're really never off duty. He responded appropriately off duty to something that was being reported to him.
Is there more than one suspect or one person involved that you know?
To my knowledge, there's only one person involved, and he's no longer a threat. Okay.
Anything else, Chief?
No, but as I get additional information, I'll work with the Kentucky State Police on what they're comfortable releasing. But again, we call the Kentucky State Police Critical Incident Response Team because we think they're the best. And so I'm comfortable that they're going to do a great job doing this investigation. And for the citizens of Jeffersontown, I want them to know we're completely transparent. I have nothing to hide here, and we'll release it when they think it's appropriate.
Do you think we'll receive another update today?
Perhaps, yeah. Okay. Sorry I can't give you more, but it's still going on, so
Thank you for your time.
thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Good to see you. Good to see you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Welcome to our new building, huh?